contributing. What are the principles? So we talk about the principles the company has, the
Right.
way they solve things, how they provide solutions, how they deliver value to their own customers. And I get to talk about my values and principles. And I'm talking most of the time about the design and principle values. I'm not talking so much about my personal values because usually they get through this, through my work, through my ethics, through my dedication to this, my values and principles, they reflect on that. But what
Absolutely.
is important as a designer is to remind yourself with every single project that in the foundation, beside the brief, beside all the other conversations that come from the company, you need to bring in not only the tools and the skills, but the principles. So whatever design you're going to, whatever solution you're going to provide, it needs to rest on a foundation. That foundation needs to have principles. And then probably this would be useful for the new designers that start with Figma. It's Figma for me and for everyone else is just a tool.
Right.
What are you producing with that? How skillful you are? How you're going to use that for what? That is you'll figure out. But before getting there, principles and not just the famous design principles put in on the market by people like Dieter Rams and Jony Ive and whatever big companies that have famous products, but every single aspect that you see around, and most of the time you will find solid principles around you. You can visit a village and you can see I don't know, a very nice sculpted door around the house, and that has a purpose. Someone did that. Someone had skills at craft and was inspired to do that. It is a solution. It is beautiful. Most of the time, it is beautiful. And then behind that, if you pay attention, you will see that is not only okay, this person or group of people had a set of tools and then they succeeded in to create that and then painted and kept it for years and years just to show off. No, no, most of the time is, oh, we do this based on some certain principles. Sometimes there is spirituality behind that, is to honor a deity or something. There's no problem with that. But most of the time, when it comes to the product itself, as I said earlier, it's very easy to overlook this, to get used to this. But if it's there for centuries, and you figure out, oh, how come this temple is still here after 100 years or 200 or 500 or 1,000 years? How come there's technology there? There's a problem that was solved for the foundation of the temple, and there's a problem of how you enter the temple, how if people can breathe inside, if there's light enough. All those little bits, they're fascinating to observe if you stop and say, oh, they solved the problem here.